back to another video. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me in my little corner of the internet. So, as we all know, February is the month of love. Valentine's Day, I think, has come and passed now by the time I'm filming this. And as much as I do appreciate the holiday, I don't know if I'm the most romantic person. I'm sure as hell not a very, quintessential sexy person. I wouldn't describe myself as a sexy person. I'm very cute, but I definitely don't border on sexy. So in this video, I wanted to kind of share perfumes that I find work for me for Valentine's Day and specifically for Galentine's Day. I love hanging out with my friends. I love hanging out with my girlfriends, with my sisters. I'm all for the women in my life. So I thought I'd share 10 perfumes that I think would be fantastic for a Galentine's Day date. Whether you're going out with your girlfriends for brunch, lunch, dinner, going to see the museums, doing a little photo op, whatever it may be, I thought I'd share, just 10 fun, flirty, girly fragrances that kind of fit the theme of Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day. So the first one is a new favorite of mine and a fantastic little cheapie. This is ChocoMusk by Rehab. Now, don't confuse that this is a full bottle. This is actually my second roll-on. I finished my first one. As you can see, it's empty. I finished my first one this past winter. I drank this little oil up. So this is my second one. I thought of maybe passing this along to someone else, but I'm going to keep this one for myself. This is a lovely little oil. It is a sweet, warm, spicy, very gourmand oil. Very gourmand style fragrance. To me, this smells like hot chocolate with marshmallows inside. And with the weather that we've been having, and even though it's February, it is still near freezing temperatures. I feel like smelling like a nice hot cup of cocoa while hanging out with your girlfriends sounds like a fantastic time to me. It's a very heavy vanilla scent. I get more marshmallow than chocolate or vanilla sometimes. It is incredibly sweet, a little powdery. It is a very synthetic scent, but granted, I got this for $5, so I can't really expect too much from it. Really, predominantly what you're going to get is vanilla, chocolate. It's a little musky, a little powdery. And something that really smells like marshmallows to me. There's a little bit of spice notes in it, but it's not a very abrasively spicy scent. It's a great balance of a sweet, spicy gourmand. Next is another fantastic little cheapie. This is Dark Cherry and Amber from Banana Republic, and this is a long-time favorite of mine. I really, really love this perfume. This is one of my favorite cherry scents. I just recently acquired a new cherry scent, but I haven't given that much wear, so for now, she's still the reigning queen. And this is a beautiful, sweet, ambery, fruity fragrance. It's got notes of cherry. There's amber or ambroxan in the dry down, so it kind of gives this a sweet cloud-like scent profile, very similar to Cloud or Baccarat Rouge 540. They categorize this as a floral fruity gourmand, and really that I would say it's more of like it's a fruity warm floral. A little spiced in the dry down. I really love this fragrance. It's fantastic in cooler weather. And I think the red bottle is just absolutely stunning, very sexy, very appropriate for Valentine's or Galentine's. It's light enough that it doesn't take itself so seriously. It's still a very light fragrance, despite the fact that it says it's a dark cherry and amber scent. It's not a heavy fragrance at all, and I think it's fantastic for a Galentine's Day date. Next one is a fragrance that although I'm working on it on my project pan, I would hate to see it leave, and I cannot wait to repurchase this. This is Love Story from Chloe, and the title is quite appropriately named. Despite the fact that it's called Love Story, this is the most clean, feminine, flirty, yet romantic style of perfume. It is a beautiful, bright, musky floral, and particularly white floral. This is like a beautiful bouquet of white florals with some citruses. Very clean, very elegant. This is one of those perfumes that, you're not trying too hard. It's not necessarily about like sex appeal. It's a very classy fragrance. This is one of those perfumes that you're going out for, a beautiful rooftop brunch in the city. I love this fragrance. It lasts quite a long time. I find that despite Chloe fragrances are very fresh, they do have great longevity. And it's not necessarily a sweet fragrance. There's neroli and orange blossom, but it's based with quite a lot of citrus fruits and a little touch of wood and musk, that I find that it's still perfect for cooler weather. It's heavy on the floral, so you can wear this during cooler weather, and it has a fantastic little sillage around you. This is one of those scents where, you wear maybe like the color here, a beautiful white color, maybe some blush pink. Now, when it comes to florals, I love my fresh florals. The next one is a little more of a sexier, darker floral fragrance. This is Wild Rose from Coach. This is a beautiful, dark, sexy, jammy rose. And I feel like rose is quite appropriate for Valentine's Day. I own quite a lot of rose-based fragrances. I love rose I love a floral rose note in my perfumes. This is based with a lot of amber, ambroxan as well. It is very sweet, and it is a very dense rose fragrance. Very similar to like Nest's Turkish Rose, but this is based again with ambroxan, so it has a very light, airy quality about it. The bottle is also quite appropriate for Valentine's Day, but I find that this is still, very fresh and girly and feminine for a Galentine's Day date. This, I find, it would be great if you're going out for drinks with your girlfriends, dinner, things of that sort. I think if you're the type of person who likes that sweet candied rose floral profile, like in Burberry Her, but this is without the strawberry, or even Delina, but without all of those heavy spices, this is a great alternative. And it's relatively affordable too. You can find this for like $60 at discounters. The next one is one that I've had featured on my February tray because I actually did want to wear this for the month of love. And I find that this is a fantastic little Galentine's Day scent. This is Voce Viva Intensa from Valentino. And fun fact, this is actually empty. It's finished. I think this is my second empty for the year besides ChocoMusk. This is a beautiful, sweet, warm floral vanilla fragrance. This has a beautiful dry down of bourbon vanilla. It's got that Valentino, style vanilla, that DNA that they have. And it's a beautiful powdery orange blossom. So while it still has like that dark, seductive, kind of sexy vanilla dry down, it's still bright and fresh and airy and a little powdery, just a touch powdery. I honestly think this is great year-round, but I find that this is particularly nice for Galentine's Day, excuse me. And I love smelling this on women. This is one of those scents that leaves a really nice sillage. It is distinct and noticeable, maybe for me because I do quite appreciate this scent. But I love how easygoing it is, despite, it seeming like by the packaging and the notes, you would think that it would be such a loud and like heavy scent. It's really, really not. It's very approachable. It's very well put together. The next one is one of my all-time favorite iris fragrances. This is Viktor and Rolf's Flowerbomb Dew. And this is a powder bomb. This is like the most sweet, powdery, iris, cosmetic style fragrance. This is so girly. This is so cute. The way that this bottle is that dusty, like baby pink, almost kind of metallic pink, is exactly what I can imagine it smelling like. Imagine you have like a dusty baby pink eyeshadow, and how eyeshadow has like a sweet, some eyeshadows can have like a sweet vanilla, almost powdery scent. This is what it smells like. I love, love, love the scent. I think I may prefer this more than the original Flowerbomb, and I love OG Flowerbomb. But I love this so much. This is the epitome of a girly girl. And in my opinion, what like I would wear for a Galentine's Day date. My friends and I have been trying to schedule a meetup. It's so hard nowadays. Like nobody ever said how when you get older it's hard to meet up with your friends, but my girlfriends and I are trying to set up a little Galentine's Day date, and this is definitely the perfume that I will be reaching for when we get our schedules aligned. It's powdery, it's musky, it's very, very floral, very heavy on the iris. It's a little fresh, and it's based with vanilla, but not so much of an edible vanilla. It's a vanilla that just adds to the sweetness of it. Very sugary florals, and in this particular, very sugary purple florals. I love, love, love Flowerbomb Dew. The next one is another perfume that's quite appropriately named for the season of love. This is Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely. And this is a perfume that I would wear whenever I just want to smell like exactly that. Lovely. This is a very fresh, aromatic, musky, woody fragrance with a lot of lavender and patchouli. So this is for what I assume like those girls that want to be a little bold, those girls that want to be coquette, but a little bold. It is clean. It is musky. It's not for everyone. I think if the type of person who likes those very astringently musky scents, kind of a little sharp, very clean, very crisp, well put together women, this is one of those perfumes that would be perfect. The bottle itself is like this very translucent, very slightly pinkish nude color, which I think is also very appropriately colored for a Galentine's Day. It's a very addictive scent, and it warms really nicely on the skin. And because of that, I think it's fantastic for those cold February days too. If you like Narciso Rodriguez for her, either the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum, which I have now smelled at the stores, or even Tocca's, Cleopatra. Cleopatra just leans a little more on the animalic style musk. This is a lot more astringent and clean. This is a very similar, almost identical profile. Same thing even with Lazy Sunday Morning. It's very clean, fresh smelling floral. The next one is another perfume that I absolutely love smelling on women. And I find that a lot of women in my life wear this fragrance. I love smelling it on them. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is Clean's Radiant Nectar. And I have not been hearing talk about Radiant Nectar for a while. It was really popular a couple years ago, and now I think a lot of people forgot about her. But this is a beautiful, sweet, musky, slightly fruity scent Very, very girly, very, again, very clean. They categorize this as a floral musk, and that's exactly that. It has pear, ambrette to give it like that really sweet, airy, musky quality. There's some wood in the dry down. There's an interesting note of carrot seed and tobacco flower, which gives this like a slightly smoky quality, which I find really interesting. And I think that because it has those warm notes of like wood and ambrette and that tobacco flower, it's fantastic for colder weather. This is another year-round scent, but this is just so feminine and clean, very girly, very flirty too. It's a unique scent profile. Once you smell it, you know exactly what you're smelling. And I think this is fantastic for Galentine's Day. Like I said, I love smelling this on women. It leaves a beautiful little like scent trail around you. And perfect for like a day at the park or a day at the museum, or going to see an art show, whatever that you might be setting up with your girlfriends. Now the next one is an affordable fragrance. I found these at TJ Maxx. This is Sand and Fog's Fleur de Vanille. And this is their inspiration of Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Blush, the pink high heel shoe, which I really, really like. I think it's one of the most feminine fragrances I've smelled. Perhaps it's the marketing that's influencing me with the pink high heel shoe. But this is a beautiful, sweet, really sweet, fruity floral. Now I'm speaking particularly for Fleur de Vanille. This is heavy on the fruits in the opening. Very sharp, tart fruits like raspberry or strawberry, lychee, citruses, like a lot of sugary fruits. And then in the mid, there's like a sweet, jammy, spicy rose, particularly like rose, orange blossom. And then in the dry down, it kind of has like that good girl DNA style of vanilla. It's very girly, very feminine, very sweet. I think this is one of those scents that a lot of women like to wear as well. Perfect for Galentine's Day. Night out, night in, brunch, whatever you're doing with your girlfriends, I'd love to smell like Fleur de Vanille. And last but not least is another affordable Sand and Fog fragrance. This is Bloom. Now, I haven't given this one a lot of wear. It's been a while. I have a good dent, but it's been a while since I last wore this one. This is their inspiration of Marc Jacobs' Daisy Oh So Sweet. Now, if that doesn't let you know what this fragrance smells like, again, it's another very sweet, fruity floral. Again, I find that with a lot of these Sand and Fog oils, they're very heavy on the fruits with in the top notes. If you like that good girl DNA, that good girl style, sweet, fruity floral fragrance, similar to Fleur de Vanille, Bloom is a very similar profile, very similar top notes, style of top notes of sweet fruits, candied fruits. Now, while the previous one features more of a rose heart, this is more violet. Like in Marc Jacobs' Daisy, it is more violet forward. And then it has like a sweet vanilla, ambery dry down. It's actually very cute. I have to give this one a little more wear. Almost forgot it in the back burner, but it is a very cute fragrance, very feminine, very flirty. So let me know what you guys think. What are you guys wearing for Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day? Like I said, my scent will definitely be Flowerbomb Dew. Talk to me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like this video if you did. Subscribe if you want to. I will always appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.